Yo, what's up?
Hey, people.
We're gonna give people a few more minutes to get in. So, I'm playing songs that no one's ever heard before, and pulling the secret joints out the stash. And, yeah, so we're gonna get started here in a little bit, but we just wanted to give a few more people a chance to get in before we get rolling with the Warmusic online listening party.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? 2/3 of the Preytorians here. Shout out to my man Damon.
What up, Damon?
Sorry you couldn't be here. I mean, you could have been here if we had told you we was gonna do this and then make sure you had airfare and then like a place to stay and like food and socks. But we didn't do that, so
so we owe you like a pizza or something.
Yeah. And some orthopedic diabetes socks.
Why? Orthopedic diabetes socks?
I just thought those would be the most expensive, nice ass socks you could get.
Are they comfortable?
I ain't never worn diabetes
Why
socks.
the fuck did we get those for the video shoot?
Oh, that's what we should have had. Yo, imagine if you seen us in like full armor, swords, and diabetes socks. You'd have been like, yo, them the hardest motherfuckers on earth. Yo, you'd have been like, holy shit, they got diabetes and can fight? Oh my God.
Like, man, I got asthma and I was out there running.
Yo, I'm telling you. I mean, imagine how hardcore you got to be to have like diabetes and still be like, fuck this, I'm hitting the battlefield. You right? Hardcore.
I can just imagine you sitting there covered in blood and just like breathing heavy, and then out of nowhere you just took out this insulin shot.
Fucking Snickers bar.
My sugar high. Hey, how many heads is that on the ground?
Yo.
Somebody bring me a donut.
Yo, somebody give me a Snickers. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be making fun of people. We're not really making fun of people with diabetes. We saying they the hardest motherfuckers on earth.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they also, still go on and, you know.
Also, I have family members with diabetes, so I can say it.
Wait. That is not a valid argument.
That's how it works, yo.
No, because if you've seen this dude on Twitter, you know that anybody who throws that argument towards him about anything is getting shut down instantly.
Nah, you probably right, though. I'll be all over somebody. Yo. Some of my best friends are diabetics. Yo.
Well, you know, I'm married to one, so I get to say.
No. I'm going to get that look next time I show up at your house.
Yeah.
I heard you got something funny to say about diabetics. Hell yeah.
Wait, what was that voice?
We'll see how funny you are when you stand outside. That was just I'm not having your shit voice. That wasn't.
No, I'm telling.
You telling.
I'm telling.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. How many people we got tuned in so far?
It's starting to climb a little bit, so we got a handful of people in here. We ain't gonna wait all night, so you know, I'm just saying it's almost 7:15, so yo, Carl says I have diabetes, but it wouldn't stop me.
See,
it shouldn't.
That's the point.
Yo, that's why we made Warmusic.
That's what
Don't let diabetes stop you. You stop diabetes.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I want to watch. Can I watch? Can we watch us right now? If I go on my phone, can I watch me? I want to watch me watching me.
You already are.
I know, but that's only 2.
I mean, you can do what you want.
I don't need to do that.
I'm just saying.
I just wanted like the most inception I could get.
I mean, I can get a mirror and put that shit up in front of these so that they start to sink into themselves, but then you'll be in the sunken place.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not going. Why did you have to do that? Why did you have to go there?
Preyception.
You know how many nightmares I had about the sunken place?
Yo, I didn't have a sunken place. I'm like, yo, get a rope, nigga. Like, yo, somebody put you in the sunken place, a rope and a grappling hook, your problems are solved.
But you know, that still has to come out through your eyeball.
It's alright though.
Well, yeah, I'd rather lose an eye than.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather lose an eye to stay down there.
Hell yeah.
I think, you know what, the whole thing, the fear about that is the lack of control, and that's what really, you know, makes your spine tingle, you know?
I get that. It didn't grab me like I thought it would, though.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of see, we should have been talking about Get Out. We supposed to be talking about war music.
Yeah, I know, you know what I'm saying? So, we're about 15 minutes in, so, you know, if people ain't here, they ain't here. You know, what we gonna do? So, we'll get this show on the road. Let's see. Do. All right. Pause this music. And,
you gonna pause this music to play some music?
In a minute. It's called Efficiency. Yeah. So, all right. So, most of you already know. What's up, Mikey? We see you.
See you, fam.
Yeah, man. So, basically, I'm getting basketball tweets or texts now. I told you that Paul George shit was gonna hit everybody like a ton of bricks.
I told you.
Once the word spread, it's crazy. Okay, we're not. Look, I'm not gonna get distracted because normally this would be my Friday night is wilding out on Twitter over NBA trades during the summer. But I ain't gonna do that tonight because that's not what we're here for. So, what we are here for is, you know, me and my man decided, you know what, one of the best ways, you know, we thought about trying to get a venue and invite a bunch of people out, and there's logistics and timing and, you know, people actually want to come if they don't want to spend money on drinks. So, you know what? We got you for free.
Yes,
we hooking you up. So, we are going to do a listener party for Warmusic. We're going to chill with y'all. Y'all going to chill with us. Talk to us. We talk to you. And we play Warmusic. And you know what it is. So, for anybody who's not familiar with Warmusic or what the concept is, me, my man Sean Wynn, our other man Damon Clark, decided to go by the name Preytorians. Right. Not a huge, I didn't necessarily think of that name as like a huge kind of, oh, let's get really deep with the name. Like what I really wanted to do was I love the energy behind the idea of like this elite guard, which is what the Preytorians were.
Yep.
And I love plays on words, and you know, one of the things I thought was just fun was saying, you know what, Preytorians. You know what I mean? Like we're an elite guard, and you are the prey. So it was just one of those things that I thought it would be fun to put those things together. And you know, I asked my man, he was good, so that's what we did.
Right, and I just want to say too, like I was all on board for it too because of the fact that the Preytorians, and though it's, you know, stems from something from history, our version of the Preytorians is timeless. You know, we are an army from no specific time, with the same goal in mind. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'll give you a little bit of background before we get into. Oh my God, Mikey says, "I pray this record is great." Mikey,
oh come on, son,
come on, bro. God damn. So essentially, what happened was I sat down, and I've told this story a couple of times, so if you've heard me in a couple of other places, you've probably heard me go through this, but yeah, I'll give you the quickest version I can.
Okay.
So basically, when I got done, for those of you that know about my previous projects, the Star Pilot science fiction stuff, I came out of that and was just kind of at, well, all right, what do I do next? Because I kind of felt like I was ready to move past the Star Pilot universe. But I didn't really have like an idea already lined up. So with that in mind, you know, I was packing up to move. We were getting some other stuff in order, and I just had an idea about writing this song, and it happened to be right around election time.
Yeah. And
right around election time, you know, things didn't really go the way some of us hoped. So for me personally, you know, I was a little upset by that and what it meant in a larger sense. And I can go into the politics of it, but that's not really what we're here for. I want to give you the impetus for this project. So what I decided was to take some of that frustration and anger, and I wrote a song about war. And what I wanted was to have that be kind of the embodiment of my emotions towards how I was feeling, what things weren't going my way, and I wanted to attack those feelings. So I wrote the song, I sent it to Sean and was like, so, I'm kind of thinking about doing this. What do you think?
Yeah, so he sends me this thing, and like, and it's about war, and like you said, it's around an election, and I'm already stressed out from just life in general, and so I hear this, and I'm like, I think I literally responded with like, hey, whatever this is, I want in.
Yeah.
Let's do this right now.
Yeah. So that happened, and I was like, oh, okay, well maybe this is kind of resonating. So I put together a little bit more of the project, gave him an idea of what I was thinking about doing, and put some stuff together, and we ended up coming up with songs. We posted some stuff about it on Facebook, and one of Sean's friends, Damon, posted a response that was actually just lyrics. And it was, I don't know if it was lyrics intended for this project, but he just posted some lyrics because I think that's kind of what, vibe it kind of gave him. So, I don't want to speak for the brother, but I'm just saying from my perspective, this is what I saw. So, I hit Sean up, was like, yo, what do you think about getting this dude in with us and do a song? And he was like, ask him. Like his responses to shit are just very, like, it's very simple. So it's like his responses are like, just ask him. And I'm like, well, shit. All right. Yeah. So I hit him up, was like, yo, do you want to do a song and come in and do this? And then he got back to me, was like, absolutely. So he did that. And then as we started going on and coming up with more concepts and talking with Damon, is through things, I just said to Sean, like, why don't we see if he want to just do the whole thing with us? And so we broached that subject. He was in, and that was kind of the birth of the project. Yep. So from there, really, what I want to do is give you guys the definition of war music. What is war music? So if you guys don't know, war music embodies the emotion of war to inspire the conquering of your obstacles and to spur the fight for what you believe in. War music is not just a sound, it's a feeling. It is motivation. It is your battle cry. And Preytorians have come to bring the fuel for your fire. Do not surrender, fight. Which is exactly what our intention is. I think people initially gravitate to the violent themes, and there's a lot of fun there because we have a lot of friends who are into D&D or Lord of the Rings or
any type of tabletop
game,
or any kind of hardcore gaming or any of that, like
movies, games, anything like that, comics, and we have a lot of friends who are into that, so it resonates with a lot of those people. Game of Thrones, like all that kind of stuff. And so we felt like it would work on multiple levels. We felt like it would give you some of that, pure fun of having kind of a really aggressive, violent sound, and
with a purpose.
With a purpose, which being, don't allow your obstacles to instill fear in you. Instill the fear in your obstacles. So, it's very metaphoric, but it really is that we want people to take those feelings, those frustration, that anger, that defeat when things don't go your way, or when you have all these problems, and turn it around and be the aggressor. A lot of times people are like, oh, this is happening to me. I got to deal with this. I got to figure out how to get through this. And, I think it helps in some ways to have that push, that emotional push, to decide that, you know what, you're not going to get me today. Whatever that problem is, you're not getting me today. I'm going to beat you.
And it means, and I mean it down to the level of, like, I'm not saying go outside and give somebody that 300 kick into the well, move.
I mean, it depends, but...
I mean, if they deserve it, fucking kick them. But I'm saying, like I listen to our songs, and I equate it to a lot of stuff I do for work, or I do for, like, in my personal, like, even if it's just, like, I'm trying to do a business deal, man. War music is the soundtrack for that, too.
Yeah.
It's really just to motivate you to be, like, I'm not saying like a barbarian or anything, because that's not what we are. We're strategic in our plan, and strategic in our fights. And that, and if anything, it's supposed to encourage you to think about your plan and then execute it, regardless. It could be organizing your toys. I don't care.
yeah. And that's and honestly, I'm not really. This is Portland. As you boot someone in the chest off of Burnside Bridge. Yo, you know what? It is not. I'm not the kind of guy that's like, I'm not going to be outside protesting I'm not gonna be running around knocking on doors. Did you vote? Get out and vote. You know, I'm just not that dude. You know, but one of the things that I do have a love for, and I can actually spend a lot of time, you know, working out my feelings and my emotions in, is music. And so if I could use that to be that level of inspiration for people, you know, and we can put out a project that gives people kind of like that emotional push, like that's, you know, that's where I feel most effective, and hopefully that works for people, you know. So to answer a question, Carl asks, how did the two of you meet originally? Shit, when did we meet the first time?
It had to be like right around when I first moved here, because you were a box customer at Tifa, right?
Yeah, that would have been it, because it would have been. I'm guessing maybe Aaron may have introduced us.
Yeah, and because I you know what, and I think I remember this because so I was the manager of Things from Another World in Portland, and this is back when it was still on Sandy. Yeah, when it was still on Sandy, and so I'm like training under my boy Aaron Durant, and I'm learning all the box customers, and I see this black dude walk in Portland, and I was like, oh shit, we're here.
There's another one of them. Yo, shout out to Aaron Durant.
Right, so I mean, because I met him, and I met you and Alan around the same time, and I was just like,
oh, okay. It's like hit the lottery, like right. It's just black dudes raining out the sky.
Right, which was funny because I'm like learning like which customers like which comics and all that, and I was like, oh, here's a black superhero, so I know who this goes
to. And I don't even remember how we got on music. Like I just know that at some point it was like, well, Sean raps too, and I was like, oh yeah, shit. Well, let me hear some of his, like. It was just one of those things where it's like for me, the stuff like that kind of blends together because like. Me and this brother have engaged with each other for so long that to me it just feels second nature. Like it just feels like I've always known this dude. Yeah. So like it doesn't hit me like, oh, there was a day when I met this dude and then we did. And like I was just like, nah, just this dude always been here. Like, right. And that's how well we've got. We got along since we met.
Yeah, it kind of did happen kind of like that. So. And
I'm terrible about that shit, man. Like even with people that I've known for a long, like there's just like, well, how did we meet? I'm like. If it's people that I've kept in my circle, it's usually because I have that kind of rapport with them where, like, we just get along and I don't have to think about, like, I never have to think, why are we hanging out? When did we get together? What started all of this? Like, I never have to think about any of those things.
It just makes sense. Like, I mean, we have so many of the same interests and kind of similar backgrounds, to an extent. So it just clicked. And, like most people in watching now know that if I've identified with you on a certain level that's beyond comics, then I'm going to make a bit of a more effort to get to know you.
Yeah. So yeah, and so that's kind of how we came together. At least I lack detail on a lot of that stuff, so I always depend on other people who remember dates and times and all that stuff because I'm awful with it.
I vaguely remember us spitting some rhymes outside of a T-Fi though. Oh. Yeah, and I don't remember if that was in the beginning or afterwards, but I remember
I think that would have been a little while after we met.
I think it was after a while because I think that's when I found out that Ibrahim can rhyme.
Oh yeah,
I was just like, okay.
Yeah. So another comment, Mikey says, free Greg Nibbler murder dial with each record purchase. Shout out to my man Greg Nibbler. For those of you who haven't seen it already, there's a little info window up on the stream where there's a link to the Fear video that we released back in the beginning of June. And Greg Nibbler was the lead character in that video along with myself, or, Damon and Sean and myself. So he was the main character. And one of the things that I have started to kind of explain to people, because I don't think people picked up on it really quickly. So I want to kind of get it out there before people start taking their own ideas of the video and running with it and start telling people what the video is about. Greg's character is a character that dies repeatedly in the video. But ultimately, Greg's character is a metaphor for life's obstacles, whatever they may be. So, him running away is that obstacle, thinking that it's getting away from you, thinking that it's going to continue to block your path, going to continue to exist. But every time it thinks it's got control of you, or in the video's case, it's gotten away, you catch it and you do it in. Mm-hmm. And when it comes back, you
Just
can
show
either
up right there.
yeah. So when he gets up again, you can either interpret that as one or two ways. Like, because I wanted to leave it kind of open in this aspect. Is that's either the same problem trying to come back, and you have to take it out again when it thinks it's getting away with it.
Makes sense.
Or it's a new problem that shows up. It's the same thing. Is that these things think they're going to block your path, and it's your job to go out and fight those things and defeat them, and let them know that they're not safe.
Exactly, and I want to take it a step further with that too, because another thing too, what it represents is sometimes you have to call your friends for help to help you defeat that enemy.
Absolutely. So the
that's
video
true strength is being able to reach out and then beat that.
Right. And see, that's the thing, is that the video works on a level of it's some some hardcore weapon and armor fun.
Yeah.
And it's a guy running for his life, which Greg Nibbler did masterfully.
Yeah,
he was fantastic.
brilliant.
And it's part of the reason that I actually have him in the videos, because I wanted people to see him and see his ability as an actor. I felt like he was the best person for it. I know it's been brought up that it looked like it was just three black guys chasing the white guy down.
Yeah.
But honestly, I just felt Greg was the best choice. He's a great actor, and I knew that there's a way. We talked about this. We shot the video in the woods, and we were concerned about it looking like Ray Dogs.
With that
Why Must I Cry?
Video?
So,
like,
it was like,
whatever I told him, I was like, hey, whatever we do, don't make me look like that.
Oh God! And the thing is he said that, and I died laughing because I was like, "Yo, I've been thinking this shit the whole time. I just didn't want to say it because I don't want to speak it into existence." And so, yeah, we knew there was a way that running through the forest in gear could look absolutely ridiculous, but we also knew that there was a way that it could look amazing, and it could actually sell. So that was the thing. We did that, and he did a great job. But ultimately, this is the goal of the entire project, and we've gotten really great response, and we want to thank everybody who pre-ordered. We want to thank everybody who's been commenting, who's been sharing, who's been throwing us tons of support. Everybody's been fantastic. Shout out to my man Darren, who did the artwork on the dual combat disc.
Yes.
So if you guys don't know, you can get over to Preytorians.com. Get on the order today. There's a limited number of dual discs, physicals that we did. Just because we know people aren't really buying physicals as much as they used to, but we know that there's a contingency of people out there that really love physical products. So we wanted to make sure you guys had access to that. And it comes in a sturdy metal box, which I'll have to go grab one. I had one, and I don't think I brought it in here with me. So I'll grab one later and show you guys what that looks like. But, we want to get the show on the road. I know, a lot of you guys came here to hear the music and not just listen to us ramble forever and ever and ever. So, without further ado, we're going to get into Warmusic, Future Wars. There are two versions, Future Wars, Past Wars. We wanted to give you a way to hear the project in multiple ways and to give you a different feel so that, if you prefer something that sounds a little more harsh and old-timey, like, we could give you that. If you want something that works for the future when you pull out your laser pistols and all the other stuff, like, we got you.
Right.
So, we're going to get into Warmusic, Future Wars. We'll stick around in the chat and answer some questions and stuff. So, thank you guys for joining us, and enjoy.
Yeah, I kind of, I like that. Mass Effect, Skyrim.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Perfect. Yep.
See, thing is, they wanted the war. But what they failed to realize is that by starting the war, they had lost the war. fight. We are a force that doesn't fold. You come for ours, we decimate yours. We do not surrender. You cannot retreat. You can pray, but now you are prey. You wanted war. Well, you thought you did. It is time.
Face to face, both sides wanna claim the space. The time for talk is filled, as all the heated heads prevail. Put up your forces and I'll get mine. Which man can withstand the assault of time? Strike first and I'll guarantee it's only a matter of time before you flee. We fight for everything that we hold dear. You not on that list and you won't be here. We not concerned with lessons learned. We are concerned with watching you burn. We are the truth, we are the law. You destined to fall, big or small. Most dominant organism that ever was. We deliver sacrifices to your gods because we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that.
I got the map on the table with markers from bombardment, section and quarter for dealing death by compartment. Siege weapons ready, tree line to hold them steady. Projectiles aimed to paint their walls with their brains. Raining hellfire so I can get within the range to take their guards and hide their bodies in the trains. Scale the walls, take the tower, cut the chains. Open the doors, the pathway is laid plain. The storm cometh, the winds of change are upon us. When we swum the halter in the circles getting done, and that was step one. Shouldn't challenge us. Sit at your desk and mark your death on your calendar. Cause step two is a plan made thorough. Your death is one day, but our future is tomorrow. Too late for parlays, our plays are made for victory. Broken treaties and trust, your levels up to enemy.
We coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that.
We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry. We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry.
The operative word is annihilation. Blood spills, moderation. Heart racing, the sensation burns like scars and lacerations. So abrasive, nowhere passive. Massive reaction, slaying the savage. Damage alert, the attack is full scale. Map out terrain till the plan is all well. The future scrolls in dark rooms, swifting on time like the coming of monsoons. Doom and peril, Medusa touch. Stone meets the metal, then turns to dust. No survivors, kill the bloodline. The goal is peace in due time. Until then, release the vultures. Clean the remains of a bastard culture.
We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry. We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry.
Running down your face, my mace opened the chasm. Crimson tide flow, death blows to every atom. Don't care about your stratagem, my malice at a maximum. Feel enthusiasm as you spilling all your plasma. 1,000 cuts, a technique you can't imagine. Your body fuels a jewel and I'm a bona fide dragon. Keep it locked up in a bucket like a savage. Ask me for mercy, ask again, I don't have it. Red rain stains the ground and we dancing. Oh, how we relish the sound, it's enhancing. We the first in line to give you no second chances. 3 phlebotomists, 4 battlefields of damage. 5 pints of your pedigree, that's a standard. 6 of y'all tried to run, 7 empty-handed. 8 days later, put your blood on a canvas. 9 out of 10 times masterpiece branded.
We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry. We come in to take your life, you will die. You cry right before we drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry.
To be heartless, death regardless. If you surrender sword, horse, and hardness, you feel the ground shake, man-made earthquake. Wake up already dead as a doornail, disintegrate. You got nothing for the rush. We thrust hot metal into your guts, turn house to hush. Take off your limbs and hang up from tree limbs. Backstroke when we swim in the blood of the weak limbs. We in your midst, your throats get more slits. Even if you drop a weapon, your face get more fists. Turn your camp into a above ground cemetery. Up the number till it carry more than you can carry. Run through your forces like hurricane force winds. Extinguish torches, put down your horses. Take your land and burn it down to the brush. Paint the way, which just goes on the ground and we
crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill.
Never seen the sky so dark, so lovely. Never seen blood so red, it's so beautiful. Desecrated walls and halls of their temples. They consider us some pagans so suitable. Never heard the wind so loud, it's so frightening. Never seen the moon so bright, so amazing. Put my hands around the necks of the infidels so they can't breathe no more. Sweet strangling, feed this lust, it's a must. Anything in the path gets crushed.
Crush,
dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill.
Your fatigue is showing, can't hide it with your camouflage eyes to end. You will suffer the barrage of blows to your nose. I propose you retreat. The walk better run, that means you better beat feet. Get little, go so far away that you're tidy. I'm on the warpath and your soul's appetizing. I'm coming regardless, the yardage means nothing. I wanted you to flee so I can get the cutting. No matter where you turn, I will crush you for certain. Exit stage left cause I'm about to call the curtains. Forgot your purpose, your army has deserted. Kill orders in and I'm about to yell, burn them.
Crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill.
This fear, like the fear of noise, is inborn.
I ain't been the same since I severed my first head. Thinking about the nexus, I watched him dry bled. His comrades were tied up and gagged, tears in his eyes and vomit dripping from the rag. The pupils were begging for mercy to make it painless so he could die in a hurry. No chance because I revel in the slow kill. I'm God and done is my holy will. Stench was foul, released his bowels. Imagine how he felt as he watched me smile. Muffled sounds a waste cause unheard exactly. I cut his tongue, those were last words. Those were last words. Those were last words. Those were
You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
Close the window. Close the window. I'm afraid.
My room is tightly closed. The windows are barred, nailed down. Nothing can get in. Nothing. We live in closed houses, behind locked doors and bolted shutters, not daring to close our eyes.
Run, I prefer to hunt to the slaughterhouse. And when I catch you, I will slowly pull your organs out. I can hear your breath escaping from your open mouth. We rarely ever joke about enemies cause we choke them out. Your whole battalion run for cover, they mortified. Before they died, they should have made sure that their guts were fortified. We step out of your nightmares to right there. We turning all of your slight fears to white hairs. Open treachery followed by open neckery. Reckon we look at death as a redirection to destiny. Presently holding weapons effectively on the precipice of wrecking this facade of extended mortal existence. You can't hide, we live inside your psyche. Might be time for you to recuse yourself from fighting. Lightning strikes and thunder pull you down from underneath the ground, ripping your physical form asunder.
You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
He isn't human, I tell you. He's in league with the devil. He never works and never begs, and yet he appears well-fed always. That's so, he does. But what does he live on, then?
He killed her just like he did all the rest. And now he's gonna kill me. I'm a doomed man. He'll kill me.
This is Armageddon.
Armageddon, apocalyptic bloodletting. Peep through my eyes, you can see your strength barren. Empty like your strategy, battle me, that's a tragedy waiting to happen. It's like you begging for the casualties. You had the chance to repent, but you regurgitated. Now you gon' swallow your words, I bet they coward tasting. This is death by design, this is art I'm making. Renaissance in my mind, but this is body breaking. Listen, we don't take prisoners, no retreat, no surrender. You antagonize killers. You paved the way for pain and didn't learn from it. Now the field is stained and troop numbers plummet. Couldn't see the forest for the trees. Now we at your gates and you'll be dying on your knees. You know we got gods to appease. Now experience the famine and the plague that is me. 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 Me.
We coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
I'm afraid. Afraid? Afraid of what, Rick? Our friends, neighbors that we've known for years, drained of their life's blood, found dead in bed, lifeless skeletons of skin and bone.
We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight, kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight, kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight.
The butchers are here, turn your body into meat products. Our conglomerate is dominant if I'm being honest. We use the body parts to beat bodies. Tie your dome to my spear when you're near it, but your army. We the best in this combat. And you can't clap back if you don't know where your arm's at. You see, our plan of attack was well made. You thought we was coming, but we've been here for days. Watching you, clocking you, traps at the ready. One wrong move, your whole party is spaghetti. Medley, next we coming up on the treasury. Make you eat jewels past food and you're heavy. Take it to the lake, kick you off into the crevice. Make no mistake, they will document our presence. Residents will pray to their gods for our blessing. We shall oblige, taking eyes as a present.
We will end you, leaving you covered. We were made for turning you into the dead.
We usher in the pain and suffering, touching you to sleep and bloody tucking you in. It's your turn to bleed, no matter how much you bleed. Loot you and your crew too, courtesy of the greed. Unabridged animosity, complete with the atrocity. Sharp edges at right angles at high velocity. The world is ice cold, the flame hydrogen hot. Put you down on the spot in your new burial plot. You show up to do battle, you shook like a new rattle. No time for surrender, negotiators to prattle. We run through your ranks, around your flank. Swift death, thank us. You hiding, die anxious. We up in the intensity, decimating your infantry. Brilliantly eliminate military efficiency. After we divorce you from the rest of your force, we turn around and scorch, remain a bit of your corpse.
We will end you, leaving guiding you into the land.
Alright, yo. So there you have it. That was Warmusic, Future Wars. So most of what Sean and I were talking about was just little intricacies when we were doing the songs that that either we noticed or that we really enjoyed or that we liked about the stuff. So, oh yeah, I should go get one of the boxes.
Yeah, go get the box.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a box and then we continue this. Go ahead and tell them some shit. Ask them some. I don't know. They got questions.
Yeah. All right. Sean's in the seat now. You got questions? Yeah? No? Okay. Maybe so. Well, anyway, I'll tell you this while he's gone. First of all, right. Oh, thanks. First of all, I gotta say, it was really interesting to watch Keelan go through this whole process, because, like, truth be told, like, you know, this idea was something that I became very passionate about very quickly, and you know, I got to see from the outside looking in what it's like to come up with something brilliant, but also sort of doubt yourself at the same time because you don't know how brilliant your idea is. And so, like, as piece by piece came together, I was like just telling them, like, no, for real, this is really good. Keep that, add this, change it, whatever, you know. But it was like, he was like, is it gonna sound corny? Is it gonna sound really like, no, this is, just trust me, you know. And then eventually, like, you know, he accepted that his shit is really good. If that makes any sense. So you know, that's all.
All right, let me switch back with you.
All right, we got the thing.
I got the stuff, man.
Over there.
Also, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to Sean Wynn for those kind words that he spoke in front of y'all right now. It makes me very humble, and I feel appreciated and loved on many levels. And so,
why is he talking like that?
This is a look on his face. Yo, check it out. He's right though. It took me a minute, and I got to give him and Damon credit for you guys getting the Fear single and video, because I had my heart set on War, the first track, being the first thing that you guys got to hear. To me, I felt like that was the opener, and like that was gonna bring you in. But I had to talk with these brothers, and they were like, "No, we feel like Fear should be the first thing." And it took me a minute to come around to it, but like as we got through the process, and the song got recorded, and the video was shot, and people started to respond, I was kind of like, "Damn, y'all was right." Like. I was like, you know, this is part of the thing that I miss sometimes when I do a lot of my own solo projects. So, you know, it helps to have people along to like push you, because these brothers pushed me to do things that like maybe I was like, I'm just gonna do this, and then you know it'll be like, well, why don't you do it this way? And I'm like, well, shit, I never thought about that. So it's like, you know, I always appreciate Sean's input, you know, specifically because like he'll suggest things or he'll push me to step away from like just that kind of tunnel vision of I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it this way, this is gonna be the thing. So it ends up working out. So that all being said, this is the dual combat disc. So, you know, again, like I said, we only did a limited number. Only the first 100 of you will get this. They're already moving, so if you were on the fence and you're watching this and you're thinking about, hey, all right, maybe I'll still, yo, the dual combat disc.
We already have a ton of
So
stuff,
yeah, we got the metal case. You could bash people over the head with this shit.
But we hold no responsibility.
Yeah, no,
if
we
you
ain't.
choose to
We are not
do
selling
that.
you the dual combat disc under the expectation that you are going to use it to bash people over the head. Disclaimer: Preytorians hold no responsibility for whether or not you choose to bash people with the dual combat disc. The dual combat disc is for listening,
Right.
or bashing, but that's on you. So you got 2 discs. Little crooked there, but you got 2 discs, your Future Wars and your Past Wars version. Sounds good. Sounds so good.
It does.
Sounds so good. You got your insert here, and shout out to my man Darren who did the cover art. I know it might be a little washed because the light's a little bright, but hopefully you can see the dual combat disc. Hopefully it's visible and all that extra light and stuff. But you got your artwork here. You got your cover art. Maybe if I move it in a little closer, maybe you can see it. I don't know. But the light's bright, but trust me, you want this. You want this. My man Darren did some of this fantastic battle art. So when you open it up, you have each track laid out with some battle art. So every time you go to another track, you get another piece of artwork. So my man did fantastic work. Shout out to my man Darren. It's fantastic.
I am thoroughly impressed.
So you get more of that over here. You get your song credits and your little explanation of Warmusic. You also get your Past Wars cover there on the back. So look, I'm telling you, there's only a few of these left. A dual combat disc will do you right. And on top of that, you know what? Some of you watching pre-ordered, those of you that pre-ordered are going to also receive this Preytorians poster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, buddy.
We got, we tried to get some stuff to take care of you here, so you're going to get a nice little Preytorians poster in with your pre-order package. And you'll probably also get a sticker in there, so we'll have one of those bad boys for you. In addition to that, what else do we have? Oh, you want to celebrate?
Yeah.
Get a shirt.
That's right.
Get a shirt, yeah. If you click the little info button on the live stream there, right up in this corner, baby boy, you can pick up a Warmusic t-shirt or sweatshirt. Yep. 2 colors.
Gray and white, right?
Wild Man White.
Wild Man White.
Graveyard Gray.
Graveyard Gray.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right off the dome.
Hell yeah. So we'll probably, for those of you who didn't pre-order, but you do want to pick up a dual combat disc, we'll probably have posters up for just like, it's not like you got to buy a dual combat disc and then spend $15 for a poster. Like, we'll probably throw the picture up for a couple bucks.
Right.
And you can tack on a poster with that, and we'll go ahead and slap that bad boy inside your dual combat disc and get it out the door. So, yeah, we this is the thing. Like, you know what? We know that people weren't doing I didn't want to give, I told Sean this, is like, I wanted to give people something because I put out questions and people kept saying they wanted physical copies, But I also didn't want to just give people, the same old plastic case that you get with everything. That's why you got the dual compact disc. That's why you got this bad boy right here. So, yeah, pick one of those up. And so, there's only a few that's going to be made, and somebody gonna have to come out a lot of money to get a second run of these, because
it's not
not cheap. But you know what? We wanted to do a little something for you guys, so you got that. So give me a sec here. I'm gonna go through and see what the questions were in the chat as I was trying to explain everything. Let's see. Who did the artwork on the discs? Actually, I did the artwork for the discs. It was the same as the cover art.
Yep.
So when you get the disc and you open it up, it's the same art for Future Wars and Past Wars as you see on the front cover. But Darren did all of the character work on the inside. So that was, that was fantastic. Like that brought the whole thing together. Any chance to get instrumentals as well? I'm on the fence about that. Right now, the only way you can get instrumentals is if you are a subscriber to my personal music channel. I have a personal Bandcamp subscription, so it acts like a Patreon, but it's for music specifically. So I would say send us an email. Send me an email any way you want to. Ping me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. I can send you the information for that. But right now, the instrumental versions of the projects that I've been working on are, I'm thinking, am I blurry? I think it's blurry.
Is it?
I think it's blurry. Can I put my hand up here and then like get it to like readjust? I know I'm all like dark skinned and stuff. Like, what's happening? I don't know. I think
technology is
my
people.
Yeah. So it might have to get
hey, no, look, it adjusted a little.
Yeah. It adjusted when I put my hand up there. So we'll see if I take it back and it'll. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
here I also wanted to show this too because I didn't get to. So.
Oh yeah, so Sean got the T-shirt up there. So and I'm rocking one of the other variations. So you can pick yourself up. A Warmusic T-shirt. But yeah, hit me up and ask me about the subscription. It's not that expensive. I think the most that it's been billed is like $5 a month to get into that. But what I do is you get exclusives. Like I give you behind the scenes stuff. Like I posted a lot of behind the scenes stuff from when we were shooting the video.
Yep.
One of the things I always do for subscribers is when I'm working on stuff in progress, like I'll actually post, songs or full projects long before they launch, so you actually get to hear what's happening, months ahead of other people.
Lots of studio video too.
Yeah, studio stuff where we're in here working on stuff. Like I'll post stuff in there. Also for everything going forward, all of my subscribers get instrumental versions of all my stuff for free. They also get anything that I release for free. So if you were a subscriber and you were paying $5 a month, all the stuff that we release, these dual EPs, the posters, everything you got for free. You also get like a 15% discount on merchandise, which is all the T-shirts and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I try to give you if you're a subscriber. But the perks of that is that stuff like instrumentals go to my subscribers first. So let's chat about it. It's one of those things that, like, I don't want my subscribers to feel like, they're subscribing, I'm hooking them up, and then all of a sudden, like, well, you just gave it to everybody else. So right now, instrumentals are not going to be available. Really, it's only for subscribers, and, that's at $5 a month right now. So we can talk about that, but, like, I didn't want to make you guys feel like I'm trying to push you to subscribe. It's just one of those things that if you want, you want to get in a lot of those extras, that's how I provide a lot of those extras to people. And it also makes it easier for me to spend more time making music and be able to then afford to make dual combat discs and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things that helps me out and it sustains me in a long form way. And that way you don't end up having to pay, for copies or physicals or anything. Like I mail out physical copies to subscribers for free. They don't pay for any music that I release. Anything I put out, they get it. So there you have it. Let's see. The limited run order. If you didn't pre-order, go to Preytorians.com. I'll put a link in the chat. If you missed the pre-order, you can still go and order on Bandcamp. So if you order on Bandcamp, there's two versions. There's Future Wars and Past Wars, but the disc is on both pages, but it's the same disc. So you just go to either one of the pages, order a disc, and you're good. So if you didn't pre-order, you can still get the dual CDs until they run out.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, until they run out. But they're there now. So I think you'll actually start to see. I forget when it gets down below a certain level. I think it actually displays like there's only a handful left.
Right.
So for now, you're still golden. Link's broken in the chat. I'm half-assing. I'm talking. I'm doing too many things at once. Reds.com. There we go. Fix link in the chat. Let's see. Any more questions? All right. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. The song is amazing. I appreciate that. Carl says Fear is a good choice. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Carl.
James is right. I'm probably too hard on myself.
Absolutely.
Sean, when did you start rapping?
Oh man,
that's
actually,
a long time. Like,
man, that was back in Chicago, man.
Yeah.
Like before I even moved to Oregon. And honestly, it wasn't that great either. I used to, back in Chicago, I used to roll on the Hank McCoy Beast MC.
Yeah.
And big shout out actually to my boy Sean, actually, who kind of helped me get into the scene. And like, honestly, you know what? Long story short, actually, it was Pugs Adams that started bringing me to lots of hip-hop events where I started judging freestyle battles. And then I became known in, like, the hip-hop scene where I was just around being the judge or the host of these shows and all that. And then evidently, eventually somebody was like, hey, man, how come you don't rhyme? And I was like, you know what, why don't I rhyme? So I went home and, tested out my verbal skills, and turns out I had a little something, and it was really choppy at first, and then just perfected it, and kept doing it. And then, I don't know, when I got here, and I just hooked up with this brother, and it was on.
It's factual.
Yeah.
Carl asked, what's next? Brother, let me get out of this first.
I have some plans that he doesn't know about yet, Carl.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
I've already been thinking about it.
Oh, and I've already got a project that someone has tapped me on, and I can't talk about it yet. But it's a long-form project, and it ain't going to start till next year. So that's one thing that, like, we're in the planning stages on, so I can't even tell you about that yet, man. Honestly, I just need to get through this release.
He needs to. Yeah, he needs a break for sure. But like, I do have some plans for him, and I'm also hoping to do some collaboration with Ethan Slayton.
Yeah.
On a metal project, actually.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind getting down on that too.
Yeah. Comic book cover story. Shout out to comic book cover story. Ask, can they borrow $50? Absolutely not. Any live shows set up yet? Live shows are difficult. I've been entertaining the concept of doing some online shows. There's platforms for this kind of thing. So if you haven't seen online shows kind of thing before, if any of you are familiar with the double clicks, like, they do it all the time. But there's actual full-fledged platforms for doing online musical performances. And so I've been thinking about trying to jump in on some ways to make that happen. With Preytorians, it's a little difficult because Sean and I are here in the Portland, Oregon area, and Demond is in Chicago. So really, we can't expect this brother to jump on a plane every time we want to do something. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that it just logistically is a challenge. But I don't want to rule out the possibility of us finding ways to make some live performances happen. So if we can do that in a way that's feasible and it doesn't cost somebody $500 every time we got to do it, we should be able to make something happen. But but I'm always hesitant to make promises on that kind of thing because I know there's logistical challenges. And while I'm enthusiastic about performing live, it's one of my favorite things in the world to do. It's also very difficult to make happen when you got two guys in one city and another guy across the country. So, that's just being honest with you about it. It's just, that's just what it is. Carl says clearly he has to move here. I just tell him, brother, you know what you need to do? You need to just pack up.
I have an answer to a question.
Relocate. What do you got to lose? Like,
just tell him, hey man, you moving.
Carl asks, and we'll jump back into it here. Shout out to David Walker, who jumps in the chat, says, you guys are so sexy. Yo, that's hilarious, son.
What's up, David?
Yo, you know what I'm saying? So, Carl asked how long did it take from start to finish. I think I sent Sean the first song back in like November, but in earnest, we really didn't buckle down and start working on this till late January, early February, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So you're looking at from sometime in February until, a month ago?
Yeah.
That it took. I mean, honestly, in terms of projects, this got done really quickly.
Yeah, but and I told him, I was like, there's a reason for that. It's because of the feelings involved with this particular project. Like, I was coming to his house in Vancouver straight after work to do this.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was like, yo, no, this is important. we need to get this. Not to say that any of our past stuff that either one of us has done has not been important, but like with the way that we were feeling about society, or it was important to get these feelings out there, mainly so that we don't, like I said earlier, 300 kick somebody on the street.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of personal stuff wrapped up in also trying to motivate other people. So you try not to cast your views onto the listener in terms of what you're personally dealing with, but you also want to make sure that like the message that you have for them in terms of motivation gets there. Like, you know, it's a fine line, because you want to get yourself, you know, out in the music, but you also want to leave it open enough that the listener can interpret it and use it for themselves.
Right.
You know, if you lock it into you, and the listener gets in and says, well, I can't take nothing from this. Like, this is all about them. I mean, just listen. I mean, perfect example, if you listen to a lot of, you know, hip-hop in the last 15 years, everything is about how much stuff the artist has. I got the cars, I got the women, I got the jewelry, I got the house. Like, yo,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm, you know, whatever. If you love that, great. You're more than entitled to like that. Right, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I can't take anything personally away from music where I'm just getting what you got. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing what you got. You're not telling me anything. You're not really inspiring me. You're not really giving me anything to utilize my own life.
Business plan.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And just listening to somebody brag is not motivational to me. You know, that doesn't give me the push to go out and figure out what I want to do with my life, if you will. And, you know, not that I need that, but like I'm very self-motivated. But at the same time, if I'm listening to music, there's music that I find inspirational, even though I'm self-motivated, that I'm like, yo, that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to Black Milk's Bond for Life.
Oh yeah.
It's all about music and how music like just redirects your life. And like I listen to that and I'm like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You listen to Pharoah Monch.
I was just gonna say
Still Standing.
Yeah, Still Standing is mine. Or Push.
Yeah, like it makes you like you listen to that, you like, damn, I feel good. Like you come out of that like you feel amazing after you hear that song. So it's like, even for somebody like me who's self motivated, like, you know, you need that push.
I like, you know, I need motivation in the form of music where I'll choose any song that makes me feel encouraged, and at the same time makes me walk down the street like the opening to Shaft.
yeah.
You know, like if it gives me that attitude to get up and go, then that's what I'm all about, and I look for those things. And
apologies, I'm killing the focus because I keep moving, but like it's just how I talk. So like it's in and out of focus constantly, but like I apologize for that. Abominations 666 says, I wanted to make sure I was reading it right. Like, I'm not challenged or anything. Okay. I just want to make sure I read it right. Like, because, you know, for the internet, everybody got symbols and shit in their name. You like, yo, are you Baraxis, Thraxis, 895, Taxes? Like, you like, oh, I don't know who this is.
Why does that sound so familiar to me? I think I know Abomination 666. Who is that?
I just looked at the name. Yo, I'm not good with screen names and faces unless I see you every day.
I know that name.
But he says the music is fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. I saw your pre-order, so I know you support us, and you are one bad motherfucker.
Oh, I think I know who this is.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, no, we appreciate you guys. Actually, we're just happy that you all stuck around because we've been running off at the mouth for quite some time.
We should play some music. Man.
That's what I was, you know.
Play some music.
They asking me questions and shit. Like, all right, yo. Okay, so before we get done, we'll talk about a little bit more stuff when we're done. But like, you know, the main reason you're here is to hear the fucking music. So we'll get back to it. This is Warmusic, Past Wars. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna give you this while we're sitting here, just because it's the right thing to do. Let me open this up. The way that that past music is described, and so, you know, if you wondering why there's a Future Wars and a Past Wars is basically described as travel back to a harsher, less forgiving wartime with a traditional classical phonic experience. So what we did is we made Future Wars, and for any of you that know my music, you know that Future Wars pretty much sounds like how I compose music. Like, you know, it's synth based, it's drum tracks. You know, it kind of bends in and out of, you know, R&B, hip hop, and electronic music. Like, it just kind of weaves in and out of those three categories. But one of the things that, like, I don't know that I've talked to a lot of people about in person is that there's something about really sinister sounding classical music that I love more than anything. Like, he knows, like, because we'll hear it in, like, hip hop songs. Like, if you listen to any, like, Mobb Deep, Nine, Cloud, that album Cloud 9 back in, like, what was it, 95, 96 when he dropped that? Like, anything that has classical music with an eerie, evil sound, especially in hip hop, like, I instantly gravitate to. So what I wanted to do was, like, you know, take these songs and then just shift them into a different time period. So if I want to do that and use classical instruments, it's going to sound more like the past because they didn't have synthesizers or any of that. So what I decided to do was take the compositions the way that I did them digitally and break them down to classical instruments, so it gives you that old world sound. And, you know, it's going to have a more cinematic sound because movies use more classical music than anything else. So, you know, I thought the best way to separate these two was to call one Future Wars and one Past Wars, and that hopefully this version would give you that feel when you listen to it. So I'll shut the fuck up. We'll get into playing some more music, and yeah, we'll sit here and go through Warmusic, Past Wars, and yeah, we'll be in the chat and we'll be chatting with you guys. So again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for the pre-orders. You guys have just been amazing. Yeah, if you haven't picked it up, please get on over to Preytorians.com. If you want the digital, the dual combat disc, you got to get it on Bandcamp. But it's also available in all your favorite digital music stores: iTunes, Google, Amazon, Tidal, anywhere you want to get it. It's there. Warmusic.
Back to music. Like to hear it, here it go.
Thing is, they wanted the war. But what they failed to realize is that by starting the war, they had lost the war. We fight. We are a force that doesn't fold. You come for ours, we decimate yours. We do not surrender. You cannot retreat. You can pray, but now you are prey. You wanted war. Well, you thought you did. It is time. lined up face to face. Both sides wanna claim the space. The time for talk is filled, as all the heated heads prevail. Put up your forces and I'll get mine. Which man can withstand the assault of time? Strike first and I'll guarantee it's only a matter of time before you flee. We fight for everything that we hold dear. You not on that list and you won't be here. We not concerned with lessons learned. We are concerned with watching you burn. We are the truth, we are the law. You destined to fall, big or small. Most dominant organism that ever was. We deliver sacrifices to your gods because we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that.
Yeah. You wanted the war, well please and thank you. We live for the challenge, the chance to break you. The whole of your force ain't enough to shake us. Make us reconsider the fight, you can't take us. We making it clear, there's no fear here. Steer clear of the troops with the boots here for their whole career. They not novices, pros with the death blows. Froze rows of opponents, increasing the death tolls.
I pledge allegiance to defiance and my gang alliance. Clash of the Titans, pure violence. Silence the masses. Dead bodies burning buildings in ashes. So beautiful, massive the murder. A symphony well put together, so methodical, mythological, methods so magical. Domination, the aim of the radicals.
We coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that we coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that. We coming for you. You want war, that's what we here for. Know that we coming for you. We want blood. Spare no one. You can run. We have come.
Blood, we coming for your lifeline, running for your life. I'm planning to cut you, slice you open in the dirt. We sacrifice your innards to the earth. We proficient in kill with skill. Heart, you feel it in your throat, or you can taste your hope before we start dissecting, collecting. Attack too late to put your weapon down. Staring right at death and now you talking like a dead man walking. Pain, we bring it to you. Razor sword, swing it through you. These souls of feces, release these. Cry, cause you don't wanna end here. You should've brought a friend here. Your forces were too light to fight here. Blood, we gonna drain you dry. You can't sustain the lie that you were gonna beat us, defeat us, die. We send you to the afterlife. The devil gets his asking price. We make what's not yours, not yours, not yours, not yours.
It's better than a pound of flesh. No one. We usher in the wheel of death. Can't run, but we only gonna cut you down to take crowns and fertilize the ground.
The moment that a Christian denounces religion, fear not, faith now makes all decisions. I'm the little voice that says run for the hills. Make it interesting when we come for the kill. I'm way beyond this concept of conscious. Pillage the village, the mayhem is monstrous. Through the valley of the shadow of half dead, send them to the other side, fill them with hot leads. The timeline is vivid through a concave lives that shows the fight for a decade. Fully committed to the spirit of victory, it will surely end in others' pain and misery. Death is the only way to dull the sensory. The squad now moves in perfect symmetry, in attack mode till we get the all clear. Loose body parts serve as souvenirs.
It's better than a pound of flesh. No one. We usher in the wheel of death. Can't run, but we only gonna cut you down to take crowns and fertilize the ground. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry. We come in to make you cry. We come in to drain you dry.
Known to be heartless, death regardless. If you surrender sword, horse, and hardness, you feel the ground shake, man-made earthquake. Wake up already dead as a doornail, disintegrate. You got nothing for the rush. We thrust hot metal into your guts, turn house to hush. Take off your limbs and hang up from tree limbs. Backstroking, we swim in the blood of the weak limbs. We in your midst, your throats get more slits. Even if you drop a weapon, your face get more fist. Turn your camp into above ground cemetery. Up the number till it carry more than you can bury. Run through your forces like hurricane force winds. Extinguish torches, put down your horses. Take your land and burn it down to the brush. Pave the way with your skulls on the ground, and we
Crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill.
Never seen the sky so dark, so lovely. Never seen blood so red, it's so beautiful. Desecrate the walls and halls of their temples. They consider us some pagans so suitable. Never heard the wind so loud, it's so frightening. Never seen the moon so bright, so amazing. Put my hands around the necks of the infidel, see they can't breathe no more. Sweet strangling, feed this lust, it's a must. Anything in the path gets crushed.
Dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill. Your fatigue is showing, can't hide it with your camouflage eyes to end. You will suffer the barrage of blows to your nose. I propose you retreat. The walk better run, that means you better beat feet. Get little, go so far away that you're tiny. I'm on the war path and your soul's appetizing. I'm coming regardless, the yardage means nothing. I wanted you to flee so I can get the cutting. No matter where you turn, I will crush you for certain. Exit stage left cause I'm about to call the curtains. Forgot your purpose, your army has deserted. Kill orders in and I'm about to yell, burn them. Crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill, terminate, crush, dominate, rush, strangulate, thrust, devastate, kill.
This fear, like the fear of noise, is inborn.
Been the same since I severed my first head. Thinking about the nexus, I watched him dry bled. His comrades were tied up and gagged, tears in his eyes and vomit dripping from the rag. The pupils were begging for mercy to make it painless so he could die in a hurry. No chance because I revel when the snow kill. I'm God and done is my holy will. The stench was foul, released his bowels. Imagine how he felt as he watched me smile. Muffled sounds or waste cause unheard exactly. I cut his tongue, those were last words. Those were last words. Those were last words. Those were last words.
You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
Close the window. Close the window. I'm afraid.
My room is tightly closed. The windows are barred, nailed down. Nothing can get in. Nothing. We live in closed houses, behind locked doors and bolted shutters, not daring to close our eyes.
Run, I prefer to hunt to the slaughterhouse. And when I catch you, I will slowly pull your organs out. I can hear your breath escaping from your open mouth. We rarely ever joke about enemies cause we choke them out. Your whole battalion run for cover, they mortified. Before they died, they should have made sure that their guts were fortified. We step out of your nightmares to right there. We turning all of your slight fears to white hairs. Open treachery followed by open neckery. Reckon we look at death as a redirection to destiny. Presently holding weapons effectively on the precipice of wrecking this facade of extended mortal existence. You can't hide, we live inside your psyche. Might be time for you to recuse yourself from fighting. Lightning strikes and thunder pull you down from underneath the ground, ripping your physical form asunder. Yeah,
you got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
He isn't human, I tell you. He's in league with the devil. He never works and never begs, and yet he appears well-fed always. That's so, he does. But what does he live on, then? He killed her just like he did all the rest, and now he's gonna kill me. I'm a doomed man. He'll kill me.
This is Armageddon, apocalyptic bloodletting. Peep through my eyes, you can see your strength barren. Empty like your strategy, battle me, that's a tragedy waiting to happen. It's like you begging for the casualties. You had the chance to repent, but you regurgitated. Now you gon' swallow your words, I bet they coward tasting. This is death by design, this is art I'm making. Renaissance in my mind, but this is body breaking. Listen, we don't take prisoners, no retreat, no surrender. You antagonize killers. You paved the way for pain and didn't learn from it. Now the field is stained and truth numbers plummet. Couldn't see the forest for the trees. Now we at your gates and you'll be dying on your knees. You know we got gods to appease. Now experience the famine and the plague that is me.
You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending. You got it, we coming to get it. Take your position, you cannot defend it. We right behind you, we know that you win it. You know it's coming, prepare for your ending.
I'm afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what, Drake?
Our friends, neighbors that we'd known for years, drained of their life's blood, found dead in bed, lifeless skeletons of skin and bone.
gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight, kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight, kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight. We gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight, we gon' kill you tonight. Kill you tonight.
The butchers are here, turn your body into meat products. Our conglomerate is dominant if I'm being honest. You use the body parts to beat bodies. Tie your dome to my spear when you're near, head butt your army. We the best in this combat, and you can't clap back if you don't know where your arm's at. You see, our plan of attack was well made. You thought we was coming, but we've been here for days. Watching you, clocking you, traps at the ready. One more move, your whole party is spaghetti. Medley, next we coming up on the treasury. Make you eat jewels past food and you're heavy. Take it to the lake, kick you off into the crevice. Make no mistake, they will document our presence. Residents will pray to their gods for our blessing. We shall oblige, taking eyes as a present.
We will end you, leaving you covered in red. We were made for turning you into the dead.
We usher in the pain and suffering, touching you to sleep and bloody tucking you in. It's your turn to bleed, no matter how much you bleed. Loot you and your crew too, courtesy of the greed. Unabridged animosity, complete with the atrocity. Sharp edges at right angles at high velocity. The world is ice cold, the flame hydrogen hot. Put you down on the spot in your new burial plot. You show up to do battle, you shook like a new rattle. No time for surrender, negotiators to prattle. We run through your ranks, around your flank. Swift death, thank us. You hiding, die anxious. We up in the intensity, decimating your infantry. Really eliminate military efficiency. After we divorce you from the rest of your force, we turn around and scorch remaining bits of your corpse.
We will end you, leaving you covered in red. We were made for turning you into the dead. We will end you, leaving you covered in red. We were made for turning you into the dead. We will end you, leaving you covered in red. We were made for turning you into the dead.
What do you believe in, hell or heaven? I can make it happen with a swing of my weapon. No need to retaliate, the end is certain. Bow to the audience, close the curtain. For what it's worth, I applaud your feeble attempts to counteract the force of evil. You want to call it euthanasia, which sort of makes me your savior.
Yo. So,
Wow.
there you go. That is the Past Wars version of Warmusic. So there you have it. Do with that as you will. I'm very happy with this project, so I really hope you guys enjoyed as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yeah, I truly, hope so. I mean, obviously, as you can see, especially like the way that Keelan and I just zoned out on that last song, we're very passionate, and it's not like about feeling ourselves or anything like that. It's more about like, yes, I think we really got the message across,
Right.
that this is what, we're trying to give you, that like we want you to be able to use that.
Yeah, and it's hard to say if people will take it exactly the way we intended, but I felt like by doing this and allowing us to, explain it to you guys, like, in this format, at the very least, like, you get it straight from the horse's mouth. Like, There's not going to be like, well, what does this mean, or why are you just rapping about violence? Like, there's a point to it all, and we wanted to be able to explain that to you and give you just a little bit of insight, or a lot of bit of shit. We going on 2 hours. There's been a lot of insight.
Well, wow.
There's a hell of a lot of damn insight on what our thought process was and what we were hoping to accomplish. And then on top of that, like, we just really fucking enjoyed this, man. It was fun,
yeah, we did.
and we, I've been telling this guy for months. I can't wait till people can hear this. I can't wait till people get, see the video. I can't wait till people, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that, like, doing it in 2 different ways with, having like a Future Wars and Past Wars kind of like juxtaposition and sound, which, gives you like a whole, like, for a greater portion of some of these songs, they're the same, but like they have a different feel. At least I think they do when you listen to the other versions. So,
it's just like, because a lot of people probably wonder what we were talking about too. But one of the things that we were discussing is that how different the verses are. Like, like I can have the same verse, but how different it comes off, from song to song, from version to version, I should say.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't even realize that as I was recording it, 4 different verses, that I even said certain things differently, or he pieced it in there differently. So,
I think for most of the stuff, like if it was the same verse, I didn't change much.
Okay.
I think on 2 songs, I think the most that I had to do was take like a verse and like nudge it like a fraction of a second earlier to make it work with the timing.
Right.
Because otherwise, you change the whole sound of the song, like everything changes. And so, starting that breath a tad second earlier makes the whole difference in whether it sounds like it fits perfectly or it sounds like it doesn't belong there.
True that.
So,
Okay.
I mean, really, that's all I did was change minor things. And then it was fun to just switch up and have a couple of the songs where, maybe he's on that one and maybe I'm on it, or maybe it's just Demond and him, or maybe it's just me and Demond. Like, it was fun to kind of play with that and still have it be the same song, but maybe, between those 2 versions, have it be slightly different. So,
exactly.
Instead of it just sounding like a one-to-one remix like you hear a lot of times, we actually did take it and try to switch it up a little bit.
Yep.
So, I don't know if there's a whole lot else we can say. I mean, unless you guys have any more questions, that was pretty much it. We wanted to give you guys a chance to hear the project. We wanted you to, give us your thoughts, and a lot of you have been very, very helpful and very descriptive. So that, that's huge, because like a lot of times, you ask people what they think, like, oh, it's cool. I'm like.
Be very descriptive and give me your feedback. But even
if you hate this shit,
right? Even if you don't like it, just like don't be that dude to be like, oh, I like your project because it's you. If it sucks, help me improve it.
Yeah, tell me what you don't like about it.
Right.
Because then that's what we'll take and use for the next one. Like, we ain't gonna go back and pull this shit off iTunes because you didn't like.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. But like, I will take your feedback and run with it, and like,
You know what I'm saying? So. Nah, we're good. If you guys don't have any more questions, like, we'll just start with all of the, all the fun stuff. But run out, get to the Bandcamp page, Preytorians.bandcamp.com. Get yourself a dual combat disc. It's only so many. Mm-hmm. So once they're gone, they're gone. Like, I don't want to hear, well, I know I missed the disc and it say they sold out. Do you by chance have any? No. No, I'm answering that question for you right now.
Right.
Nope, that's it. They're gone. But yeah, you know what? You want a sturdy case to bash your enemies over the head with, and a fantastic looking dual CD with some beautiful artwork on the inside. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of nice. I think we did something. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's not even cheap paper.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys for real.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We love all you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the sharing, the reposts, the retweets, all that business. You know what I'm saying? Get on over Preytorians.com.
And don't forget,
Don't forget, you can get some t-shirts. Just hit the little info icon up in the corner and then get you a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, depending on how you feel. It's hot right now, so you might not want a sweatshirt. But when it get cold, you might want a sweatshirt.
Which, if you were in Portland like us, that could be next week.
It could be in a half hour. What you talking about? Yeah, I know, but we Dave Walker told us we better set one aside for him. We got you, brother. Don't worry about it. But yeah, find us on Facebook. We have the Straight Up Preytorians page. We got Preytorians on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We didn't create an Instagram, but I was like, yo, if we not still doing Preytorian stuff 5 years from now, you'd be like, why did these motherfuckers create an Instagram for 3 pictures? Like, so I didn't do that. But what I'm saying is, you know what? Look us up, hit us up, give us your thoughts, tell us what you think. We appreciate you guys and spread the word, man.
Please.
We need all the ears we can get. So, whatever you guys can do to help us out, we really appreciate it. You guys are the best. You are clearly better than other humans. And for those of you that pre-ordered, please know I'm in the process of packing up discs and packages to get mailed out between this weekend and the early part of next week. So you guys should start seeing everything before next Friday. It'll be less than a week when you guys start seeing all this stuff. So yeah. Thank you guys. We love you. Appreciate you. Warmusic.
All right.
We told you it was coming. It's here.
Turn your headphones up.
Now it's like
hip hop statements.
Yeah, we just gonna sit there and pose. Like we're gonna make it a picture, but it's a video. Like Jet Magazine.
Okay, we gotta stop that.
All right. Yo, thanks guys.
Thank y'all.